In the early years of Formula One, track safety was generally overlooked. Fast races, narrow and dangerous roads, tracks without barriers, and inadequate safety measures led to an increase in accidents and fatalities. In the 1950s, there were no regulations regarding track safety. In some tracks, hay bales were used as barriers for safety. By the 1960s, small track safety checks had started to be implemented, but considering the vehicles of the time, these checks were still not adequate. In the 1970s, the use of hay bales as barriers was banned. Pit walls and off-track barriers became mandatory. Runoff areas, guardrails, wire fences, catch fences, and service roads began to be used as new safety measures on tracks. In the 1980s, it became mandatory to have a permanent medical center at every track. Concrete walls, guardrails, and catch fences were replaced by tire barriers. In the 1990s, revisions were made to tire barriers. Fences that prevented debris from flying off were added to pit walls, and speed limits were introduced for pit lanes. The types and heights of curbs were standardized for each track. From the 2000s to the present day, TechPro barriers became part of standardized safety measures. Runoff areas with gravel traps were removed, and wider asphalt runoff areas were introduced. With this change in recent years, we have frequently witnessed track limits chaos at certain tracks. With avalanche prevention technology, the durability of wire fences was increased, which helped prevent a disaster at Silverstone in 2022.